Hello folks, this is TIRMAL sir, your social science guru. It's a request to all the students before watching this series. It's a request to all of you to please maintain social distancing, please wash your hands properly, use the hand sanitizers and wear the mask regularly during this pandemic period. Stay home, stay safe and yeah, watch the series online. Welcome everyone to the online series for the memorization of the social science topic with your social guru TIRMAL sir. Today we are starting with the very first session of this BAJRANG series. Let me remind you one thing, my dear friends, that this series basically for all the students of a standard 8, 9 and 10. The students who are moving from 7 to 8, the students who are moving from 8 to 9, the students who are moving from 9 to 10, and those who are in 10th. For all those students, they may come across the various kind of topics of a social science. तो आवाज ये बता टॉपिक्स हैं, ये जो सारे टॉपिक्स हैं, उनको कैसे हम दिमाग में याद रख सकते हैं? How can we keep such topics in our mind in a very simple manner by keeping only some points in mind? वो चीज हम यहाँ पे सीखने वाले हैं. So welcome all the watchers, okay, here in the BAJRANG series session 1. We are starting with the very important topic of today, which is one of the basic concept of a standard 8 and 9. Basically, I must say that like those who of you are studying the social science, you may come across a one word called the Indian Constitution. But beta, this topic is not only for the students who are studying into the school, but for the all those Indian citizens. This is very important, and let me remind you, this is a very important topic of the civics part of social science, right? So, all the watchers, you are welcome to the Rasayanam Institute for 8, 9, 10 in association with my class. Here, we are starting with the topic 1, that is the Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution is a very important and a vast topic, one can say that, okay. But here we are trying to include all the things which are given into your syllabus, so it will be very easy for you to keep in mind and to understand the various aspects of the Indian Constitution. We all know one thing, before understanding anything, we should know the name of that particular thing. So what we are going to talk about? So we are going to talk about the Indian Constitution. Now what is Indian Constitution and why only Indian Constitution? Why we can't say only Constitution? Because there are so many countries and every country has their own constitution. So hence the basic meaning of the Indian Constitution is the constitution which belongs to our own country, that is the India. Apart from that, we are talking about a one word many times, that is constitution. So now the question is that beta, what is constitution? So the constitution means a simple set of rules. This is a very layman definition what you can easily tell anyone and that person will understand the meaning of constitution. But for us, if we have to understand the real meaning of the Constitution of India, so what is the correct definition? So the definition is, this is a set of rule, okay? This is a compilation of the all kind of documents which are necessary to run a government of a country. So this is a proper definition one can say for the Constitution. So why Constitution is necessary, beta? Constitution is necessary, I have mentioned some of the points here. First of all, to run the nation, because to run the nation you must have a set of rules. Because agar jo rasto j na khabar hoy to chalai khara, absolutely not beta. To chalwa mate we must know the rasto. So e desh ne chalwa mate, even desh ne dodwa mate rasto kon batave છે? So that is by the Constitution. Okay. The second, to keep the discipline. We all have to keep the discipline, and in this period of corona pandemic we must show the discipline, okay, and stay home, stay safe please. Then follow the rules. Constitution make the rules for any country to must follow it, so that the entire country will remain stable and they can make the growth of the country, they can make the development of the country. Barabar se, by keeping some of the rules, you should not break the rules. If you break such rules which are mentioned in the Constitution of India, then you may be punished. Okay, so make sure of it. Then the making of rules. The Constitution allows the government to make the new rules which are important for the country to run. Then we have some of the set restrictions, beta. The Constitution allows you to make the rules. At the same point of time, Constitutions also allows you, okay, to set some of the limitations, to set some of the restrictions કે ભી તમે લોકો અહીં સુધી જઈ શકો તો ખરા. No doubt, but any આગળ તમારે જવાય નહીં. That is against the law, that is against the Constitution. And if you do anything which is against the Constitution, then that might be hurt you. Okay, clear? ठीक છે. Then apart from this, these are all the basic structure. This is all some of the basic information regarding the Constitution of India. Now let us talk about how this Indian Constitution has formed earlier time. So let me tell you one thing, that India was suffering from the ruling of the Britishers, okay, and they have came in India somehow around the 1600 and started the ruling in India somehow 1857 until they ruled till 1947 they ruled over India. But till the 1947, we were not like sitting calmly and doing our work. We were continuously going against the Britishers. So a time came when the Indian people were arguing about their own independency. At that point of time, so many things were done, and later on, in the year of somewhat 1946, okay, a procedure has been inaugurated. The procedure for the making of the Constitution was inaugurated after, okay, the cabinet mission was consisting of 3 persons. Okay, great. Now, one from India, one from Pakistan, and one the Mountbatten himself was there into the cabinet mission. Clear? So later on, under the cabinet mission, the Indian Constitutional Assembly was established, and that assembly started the procedure for the formation of Indian Constitution. That setup for the Indian Constitution was done, the setup for the assembly was done on 25th of March 1946, and later on the first meeting for the formation of the Indian Constitution was done in on 9th of December 1946, as you can see here. And that procedure somewhat took 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. In some of the books you may find 17 days as well. Okay, and that was completed after this much period on the date of 26th of November 1949. Now let me remind you one more thing, my dear friends. It is that, if you remember, then the Indian Constitution which was there, already made in the year of 1949 on the date of 26th of November. Then why there was a need, like why we waited for 2 months? We waited for 2 months, and later on 26th of January of 1950, we implied our Indian Constitution and we become the Republican nation. So there was a case, if you remember, a Nehru report case was there earlier, and that was rejected by the British government after the Simon Commission. And later on, after the rejection of the Nehru report at the River George of Ravi in Lahore, somewhat in 1929 or 1930, okay, 2 persons of India, first of all Jawaharlal Nehru and the second Subhash Chandra Bose, took the resolution for the complete independence on the day of 26th of January 1930. And by keeping that complete resolution wala funda in our mind, we waited for 2 months and we implied, okay, our Indian Constitution on 26th of January 1950. Okay. Then, as I told you, that Constitution Assembly was made. Now that Constitution Assembly, when it was made on 25th of March, it was chaired means headed by, the president of that assembly was Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was there, and later on the inauguration process and all that stuff for the Indian Constitution was started. And after that, beta, in the year of somewhat 1947, I have written here, in the August 1947, a drafting committee was made up. And the drafting committee was headed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar along with the 6 other members like Kama Munshi and all that stuff. Okay? Clear? That entire commission, drafting commission or committee, or else one can say that the assembly met for 166 times in the period of 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. This much meeting they had done, and initially when the Constitution of India was established, okay, not established but drafted once, it was consisting with the 295 articles, but later on after the amendments, okay, when it was finalized for the 1950 on 26th of January, there were 395 articles, 8 schedules, 22 parts and 9 appendix were there. Okay. 395, 8, 229. 395, 8, 229. Clear? Were there. But, and somehow I can say that અત્યારે હાલમાં અગર આપણે જોવા જઈએ, so 470 articles, 12 schedules, 25 parts and 5 appendix are there into the Constitution of India. There were so many changes by time to time happened in the Constitution of India until today. The latest was on 25th of January 2020. Make sure of it. 104 amendments, 104 times changes had been done. So this was all about the formation of the Constitution of India. There were somewhat 395 or 385 people were included in this entire process. What they were doing, all the people were segregated into the all parts of India. They were going to the people, they were asking what you want from the new Indian government, and according to that they collected all such information from the various parts of the people of India, and after that they have drafted the entire Constitution of India barabar છે till the 26th of November 1949. On the day of 26th of January 2050, somewhat 284 signatories, okay, did their signatures there on the Indian Constitution, and it was implied and India became the Republican country. Then what we have adopted after the making of Indian or after establishing the Indian Constitution? So for that, we adopted tricolor flag, saffron, white and green, along with the Ashoka Chakra there having 24 spokes, color blue. Then Satyameva Jayate, that is truth is always triumph, hamesha satyani jeet થાય છે. Okay. Then national anthem Jana Gana Mana, written by Rabindranath Tagore in Bengali. Then national song Vande Matram from the a book or Navalkatha called Anandamath of Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. Then the national symbol of 4 lions on Ashoka Chakra. Okay. Then India became the Republican nation because the entire power went to the hands of the people or public. What Indian Constitution has provided to us? So Indian Constitution provided us the rights and the duties which are mentioned in the Constitution, hence known as fundamental duties, fundamental rights. Okay, the rights or the duties which are mentioned in the Constitution are known as fundamental duties and fundamental rights. Okay, then the state and the union relation or international relation, how one can maintain, that also has been discussed into the Indian Constitution. Some of the directive principles. Now you might across like, what are the directive principles? So the directive principles are the statements which allows the government to frame their policy accordingly, which directs them in a particular path, and hence such statements are known as directive principles. They are not part of Indian Constitution, to be more precise. Then some of the provisions, how can one make the provisions for some of the special categories or for the general categories. Okay. Then the election commission has to be made, that has been given into the Indian Constitution, that you has to make the election commission, and later on you have to do the election. And if the elections are done, then and then India became the democratic nation. And yes, due to the election, India is the democratic nation. What kind of democratic nation India is? So India is a constitutional democracy, or parliamentary democracy, one can say that. Now what is this parliamentary democracy? Parliamentary democracy means the people come along from form the parliament after the election process, after doing the voting, and hence it is the parliamentary democracy. Clear? So all that stuff about the Indian Constitution, this is the intro of the Indian Constitution, and some of the information regarding the formation, adoption and providation by the Indian Constitution to the India. In the next lecture, we will see about the pillars, about the preamble and the features of Indian Constitution at sharp 7 p.m. Till that, stay home, stay safe, goodbye.